Uday, can I explain this the question again to you?
Sure.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen, right?
Uh,
Let's see that. I'm sharing my screen and let's see.
yeah.
Where is my pen? This. So it means, say, my numbers are like this. Okay, my numbers are like 100, 101, like this. It's fine. So these numbers are containing 0, right, till 110. Right, these numbers are all containing zeros. Fine, so I have to cancel all this. Clear? So my next value is 111, right? My next value is 111. So 111 is selected in the output, right? So in the output 111 is selected. Fine. Then 112 generated. Then 112 is also selected because it is not containing 0, 3 or 5, right? Then 113. So 113 is not selected and generated 114. So 114 is selected as the digits are as the digits are not containing 0, 3 and 5. Then 115 is not selected. Then 116 is selected. So we have 116 and then 117, then 117, then 118. Then we have here 118. Then here we have 119, 9. So 119, 6, 7. Then 120. So it contains 0, so it will not be selected. Then 121. Then 121. And 122. Then 122. How many values we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3 is not selected, and 1, 2, 4. So 1, 2, 4 is the 10th value. So now I have to change my line here. So 1, 2, 5 will not be selected. Then 1, 2, 6 came, and here 1, 2, 6. Fine. Then 1, 2, 7 came. Then 1, 2, 7 came. So 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8, like that it's going on, right? I think now you got the idea. 129. So 130 will not be selected, right? 131, right, till 140, none of them will be selected, right? Because every number in this series will contain 3 and 3 is not selected. So the next number will be 141, right? Then 142, 143 is not selected, 144, 145 is not selected, 146, then 147, and then 148, right? And then 149. So in every row we have 10 values, right? In every row we have 10 values. Uday, I think you've got the idea of what I want.
Yeah, you basically want 10 values in each row.
All right, and the numbers which is not containing 0, 3 or 5 as a digit, right? Because I hate these three digits. Okay, that is
Okay.
why. Chalo, now you write down your idea, you share your screen and write down your idea. Evenly, you may not be able to write down the code also, but if you give me one idea ki how to solve this problem, right? So then then it will be fine for me to teach you.
Okay.
Sure. They don't write any Java statement, just write your idea in English. Simple, plain English. Fine. I'm interrupting you in the middle. I'm just asking you that, why are you sorting values?
Because it'll just end. Won't it just end up in a string if it's not sorted? You just
It's automatically sorted because your loop starts from 100 and it's going towards 1000 and you're going one by one. So it's automatically sorted, right? So you don't need to sort it. No?
even down to the
Yeah,
to
yeah. I'll give you
the
one hint that you think that there is a number. Say, for example, the value of I is say 100 and say the value of I is 100. Now you need to detect that 100 is containing a zero digit. How you will do that? You write down that idea first. Uday, if your brain stops, then let me know, huh? I will help you out.
not really sure where to say anything more from here because my idea is already saying that any
Yeah.
integer that contains 0, 3, or 5 in its first three digits will be skipped, and then another, and it would continue on until it reaches 1000. Which is
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. At least you got the basic idea. Fine, that's fine. Okay. I'm sharing my screen and I'm solving this problem for you. And you just see. Okay.
okay. Give me a sec. Okay, now I'm seeing. I think, or you just haven't shared your screen yet.
Yeah, yeah. I've not shared my screen. I'm just sharing my screen. Now it will be visible to you. And yeah. So here, how I will solving this problem. Fine. So first of all, I need to generate. I I need to generate. My handwriting is bad, Uday.
It's
So
fine.
if you don't understand, so just let me know. Huh? I try to write clearly, but sometimes it's not readable to me also. So you just let me know, sir, what is this?
Okay.
So I need to generate numbers from 100 to 1000. Don't write anything on your computer. I will share everything to you. This video is also available, and this document also I will share to you, right?
Okay.
For the document I am writing, so you can study. So look at it with proper focus, right? I need to generate numbers from 100 to 1000, right? So I got say I got a number. Say I got a number. I got a number, and I need to sense. I need to sense. I need to sense. It contains. It contains. Contains 0, 3, or 5. So I'm writing this idea. Say the number is n. Say the number is n. So n is the number, and I'm sensing that okay, n contains 0, 3, or 5, right? Then what I do here, okay, say the number n is containing a number like 105, right? And I need to sense that okay, this number contains 0 or not. So what I will do here, okay, I divide the number. I divide the number, right? So this is one operator, right? What this operator calls? What this operator is called?
The division, or
Yeah, it's a division operator, but this operator finds you
the number with no remainder, right?
no, this number finds only the remainder. This number finds only the remainder. It's basically called a remainder operator. A remainder operator. Fine. Now I'm storing the remainder in a variable called say d, right? So if I divide this number 105 with 10, right? So I'll get here, and then I'll get 5 here, and then I'll put 0 here. So I'll put 0 over here, and I'll get 5. So it will generate it will give me the remainder 5, and 5 is one of the digits. 5 is one of the digits. Got my point?
Yeah, I got the point.
Right. So now I will test here. If d is equal to right 0, or d is equal to 0, 3, or d equal to 5, right? So if d is anything like this, then I stop the loop. Right? So to stop the loop, what I have to use? I have to use something called break. And I use one flag variable or an indicator variable to indicate that this number is containing 0, 3, or 5, right? So I'm saying that okay, I've created a variable contains 0, 3, 5 is equal to true, right?
Right.
So before starting this loop, right? What I'm doing here, okay, say I've created here n is a number, so n has got the value from I. N has got the value from I. So I'm writing here while n is greater than 0, right?
Right.
And I'm breaking this loop, right? But if my number is not containing this stuff, 0, 3 or 5, here it's 105. So this condition is true, and it just says that it contains 0, 3 and 5. So before starting of this loop, I have written here contains 035 is equal to, just a minute, it will become a bit messy. So I'll write it over here. I'll put a semicolon here. So I'm writing here contains 035 is equal to false, right? So uh, so what I'm using the flag, and I'm breaking the loop out. I'm breaking the loop out. Fine. So outside the loop, what I will do, I'll test if not contain 0, 3 and 5. Okay. Then it will print the value of I, right? And it will print 1 comma. Okay. This is not exactly a Java program. This is basically a program to make you understand key what I am going to do, right?
Okay.
So then in that scenario, I'm printing, right? And after printing, what I'm doing, okay, I have created a variable called p, right? I've created a variable called p when I'm generating a number before. So I've created a variable p which is equal to 0. So now every time I'm incrementing the value of p. Okay. Now what I will do here, okay, I'll write if p modulus of 10, right? If p is divisible by 10 equal to 0, right? Then I will change the line. Then I will change the line. So how to change the line? There's a command called println in Java, so that I know to change the line. So I'm using println to change the line. Fine. Understood. So this is the basic
Okay.
idea which comes in my head. And you always write this kind of ideas in your notebook or on the computer directly if you're writing programs on the computer directly. Okay. So now the for loop is here. This is the for loop. This is the for loop, right? This is the for loop. This
Okay.
is the for loop, and this is the comment line, and which in which I'm saying that, okay, say I got the number and I need to sense it contains 0, 3 or 5, and all these are valid statements. All these are this all these are valid statements, right? Which is needed to write the code. Understood? So
Yeah.
now let me take another number. Let me take another number. I've tested only with one number. So now I'm taking another number like 234. This is another number. So 234 is greater than 0. The value of n is 234. So 234 is greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
So now this condition is true. So what will be the value of d? So d will contain 234 modulus of 10.
Yeah, and that
What
would
will be the
be 4.
that would be 4, correct? And 4 is
Not
4 is
on
not
the
present
if
here,
statement.
right? So I need so if statement is false, so I need to write something over here. I need to write something over here to chop out 4 from this number. To chop out 4 from this number. So what statement I will write? So I will write here n equal to n divided by 10, right? So this is a division operator. It gives you quotient. It gives you
Quotient.
quotient, right? So quotient is 23, right? Quotient is
23.
right? So 23 will be stored in n. 23 will be stored in n,
N.
right? So now again this loop will execute. It will go back here. It will go back here. The control will, from here, the control will go back there, right?
Right.
So 23 is greater than 0, right? And then 23 modulus of 10 will give you 3.
And 3 falls into the if statement.
3 falls into the if statement, and the contains 035 will become true and break. So when break encountered, the control directly jumps out from the loop and it will be there in the if, right? So what is the value of contains 035 is false. Sorry, is true. So this is a not operator, right?
Mm.
So not true, not true, right? So it will go and improve with another number, right? Got got this situation is clear to you in your head, where the
Yeah.
number appears in the middle. Here, when the number appears at the end. Here, when the number appears in the middle.
Now
Now,
you need one for the first number.
yeah, I'm going to test this idea for the first number, right? So the first number is say 322 or 321. Let's see this 321, right? So the value of n is 321. So contain 035 equal to false, and now 321 is greater than 0, right? So the value of d is 1, correct?
Yeah.
So it will not fall in this if, right? So it will go to this part, right? So n equal to n divided by 10. So it will chop out this one from the number, right? Then again, it control goes back to the while loop. So 32 is there. So 32 is greater than 0. So now the value of d will become 2,
2.
right? Now you come down here, d equal to 0, d equal to 3, and d equal to 5. There is no 2 out there. So this condition is false. Now your n equal to n by 10 will get executed. Now this will chop out this 2, right?
Mm.
So 3 is a quotient. 32 by 10 is 3. So it will go back there. So 3 is greater than 0. Now you are here. 3 modulus of 10. 3 modulus of 10. Here most
Is
of the people
3.
get confused. So it's 3, right? It's like this only. So you will get 3. Okay. So you can see that k d equal to 0, d equal to 3, right? It's present there. So
Yeah.
contain 35 is true, all right? And you break out here. Contains 035. So not true. Not true is false. So it will come out of this if also. So now you have another number like 424, right? This is another number n. Okay.
Okay.
And let me take the value of d over here. It's visible, right, to you?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So I'm very lower part of my screen, so that is why I've asked you. So 424 and d equal. So 424 is greater than 0 and contains 035 is false, right? So
Yes.
so the value of d is 4 now,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 is not present in this condition, right? Then what will happen? It will jump to this part. So n equal to n by 10. So this 4 will be chopped out. Now again, you go back there, right?
Right.
And and the value of d will become 2. So 2 is also not present in the if, right? So it
Right.
will come back over here, right? So the value of n will become 4. Now again it will go back there. The value of d will become 4 now. So 4 is not present there. So you come down here. So 4 will be removed from n. Again you go back. So the value of n is 0. So 0 is greater than 0 is false. So you come down over here and you test not false. Not false is true, correct?
Yeah.
Now it will print the value of I. What is the value of I? Is 424.
4.
424.
4.
Because n is receiving the value from I, right? N is receiving the
Yes.
value from I. So the value of I is 424. So I am printing 424 and I'm printing one comma and I'm printing p plus plus. Okay.
Mm.
So this is the idea behind to solve this problem, right? So
Mm.
let me solve this problem for you on BlueJ. Okay. Currently, we people use BlueJ, and later on we shift from BlueJ to Eclipse or NetBeans, right?
Okay.
Create a package in real. Oh, sorry, extremely sorry. I've created class instead of package. So this is a class, and so so n equal to I. So here I'm creating a variable. It's not a good idea to create or declare a variable inside a loop. It's a bad technique. So it's better option to declare a variable here. Boolean contains 035. Right? So I've declared there and I'm using the variable here. 035 equal to false. And I'm writing this loop n greater than 0. Then I'm writing here d equal to n modulus of 10. And then I'm testing here if d equal to 0 or D equal to 3, or D equal to 5, right? So I'm writing here contains 0, 3, 5 equal to true, and I'm breaking the loop. And after this, I'm chopping out the digits, so n slash equal to 10, right? And I have done with this. I've not declared D, so let me declare D here, D, and D here, and then done with this while loop. And here I will write if not contains 0, 3, and 5, I will print, right here, system dot out dot print, and I will print the value of I print plus, and I print comma. Okay, or best option, I can print a space there after a number. Okay, and then I'm incrementing it, so I'm counting it, so I'm using here C++, and I'm declaring here comma C, and I can write here comma C equal to 0. Okay, so I'm writing here if C modulus of 10 double equal to 0, then I will change the line. And I will write here system dot out dot print ln, right? So the statement will change the line. Okay, and yeah, this is the idea, right? I hope this will execute right properly. Let's compile it. To compile in BlueJ, you have to press Control K in Windows, right?
Control K. All right.
Control K. You write it in your notebook. To create a new class, Control N. Create a new class, Control N. To compile it, you can use a compile button also here, or you can press Control K, right? So sometimes we are typing, keep on typing, so we prefer keyboard instead of going to and click the compile button. So press Control K for compiling the code, right? To close this window, right, you have to press Control W. Okay, so you write it down.
Yeah, Control Window is easy enough to remember, like Chrome and stuff.
Yeah, right. So Control K is compiled, and now I'm closing this, right? And now if you press Enter key, right, you will find that the void new number without 035, you can create object, or you can call the main function directly, right? As main function is a static function, so we don't need to create any object for the static function, so we can call it directly. So I'm calling it directly, and let's see my output, right? It has generated the numbers, right? Let me show you all, right? So it's covering all, right? Starting with 11111 114 116
Yeah, all of
117
them.
8 119 121 122 124 126, right? It's everything is there. So you will not find the number in any number in 300, then you will find a number in 400, but you won't find any number with 500. You find a number with 600, then you find a number in 700, then you find a number in 800, then you find a number in 900, right? So this is the output of your program, fine. Let me explain you a few more things. This is my previous program output. So if you want get a fresh terminal window, what you have to do before starting your main code, you always write this statement, system dot out dot print, and if you write inside the print, if you write here slash f backslash f, so it will give you a fresh terminal window, this command. So now you can see that okay, the previous program output is not there, right? Previous code is not there, it's a fresh terminal window, and this program's output is only present in the terminal window, right? So BlueJ is a great way to practice for Java programming, all right?
Okay.
So let me teach you basics of BlueJ, right? So this area, this area where this class is residing, right? This is called class bench, right? This class is residing. This is called class bench. I'm talking about this area, this
Yeah.
rectangular box, right? With one this
Yeah.
kind of an arrow. This is called object bench, right? And this area is called code pad, right? This area is called code pad, right? And this is a symbol, this is an indicator, it shows that your virtual machine is working, right? Fine.
Okay.
Sometimes you create infinite loop, and in that case your virtual machine got struck, right? And in that case you have to press this button, right? This is to reset the virtual machine button. So it resets the virtual machine button, and it resets the virtual machine, and then your infinite loop will also stop, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you face an infinite loop, your program is keep on working and working and working. No, have you faced the situation?
I've faced a couple situations like that. Yeah.
Yeah, your program is working and working and working, and then you have to close the terminal window. So you don't have to close the terminal window, or you don't have to terminate your program forcefully. You just reset the virtual machine, it automatically closes, and you can work out with your code, right?
Mm.
Sometimes it's so dangerous that it may stop working your system also. Sometimes you need to restart the system. So that won't happen in BlueJ, because if you're working with BlueJ control loads of stuffs. So it will help you with the system also, right? So there are very good things about BlueJ, right? So for learning Java, BlueJ is the best platform I found out in last 10 years. In teaching more than 10 years Java. So in last 10 years, I found that this platform, this ID is better than any other ID for learning purpose. Not for working purpose, but for learning purpose, this is the best ID for Java. And for working purpose, the best ID is Eclipse, right? So, so this is the program, and let me explain you many more things over here, right? So let me copy this code, and I will explain you loads of things here. Let me, yeah. So my code is here, and let me explain you many things here, right? So this is the public. This is a keyword.
Mm.
Keyword. This one is also a keyword class, right? So so public is basically an access specifier. Access specifier. Fine. What is access specifier? Any idea?
Access specifier.
Yeah.
It. I'm not sure if I have the words correct, but basically,
Yeah.
it
Basically,
specifies what you're running, what. Um,
okay. Let me tell you. Access specifier is basically tells you that what kind of access you have given to your class, right? So public means full access, right? So public is an access specifier which specifies full access, which specifies full access. Okay. So this class is accessible to the outside world, right? That is why it has the public, right? This class is accessible to the outside world. Evenly, it is staying in your computer, but if you give, but if someone knows, if any of your friend knows, so that he can use this class, right? So basically, public will give you the full access. There are other keywords like private, right? Private. If you use private, then you are the only person who can access the class because it is private, right? If you give a keyword protected, right? That means your kid is going to access the class, and you can also access the class, right? So that is what it is called protected, right? So public means full access, right? So that is why we are able to call this method outside the class, right? So there is another keyword here, static, right? Static. Static means we don't need to create object to call this method. Fine. We can use class reference. We can use class reference to call this method. Fine. And there is something called void, right? Just understand that void is used when our method is not returning any value, right? This is main, right? It's a method name. Fine, it's a method name. Main is a special method. In Java because JVM starts its execution from main, right? And the string ARGS is basically the string ARGS is a parameter. It's a command line parameter. It's a command line parameter. Right. So this term is very much difficult to understand, command line parameter and how it works, right? So whatever I'm writing today, I think most of the things you are not understanding. Fine, but you will understand as the time goes by, right?
Right.
right? You know how to drive car?
Yeah.
Okay. When you started learning driving the car, right? Maybe you have learned it from your dad or you have a teacher.
I did for a little bit of time, and then my dad supervised me for a while.
Yeah. Okay. So your teacher, your first day of your class or first day of your driving, right? Your, you know the things, you know the uh, what are the tools available to drive a car, right? Steering is there, a gas pedal is there, and a brake is there, right? If you drive automatic cars, then it's fine. These three things are fine. And but if you're not driving an automatic car like manual cars in India, so you have something called clutch out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and with the help of clutch, you can change the gears. Okay, so those things are there. But when I will say this thing theoretically, it's looking very easy. But when the car starts moving for the first time in our life, it's out of control, right? I started driving at the age of 8. So my
Wow.
dad taught me. My dad taught me, but I felt it nice. And when car started moving, uh, means everything is out of control. I cannot control it properly. But slowly, I started controlling it and I started understanding it. So as much as I'm driving it, I can understand, right? I face problems while driving, and those problems is being solved. Okay. Like I've written one spelling wrong. Wrong spelling is there. Change that. Specific. Specific. Right. Oh, sorry. Which specifies? Specifies. FIES. Yes, specifies. Right, which specifies the full access, right? So don't think that key you are not understanding it. It isn't mean that key you can't continue. You can continue with it without understanding it, and later on, slowly you will understand key why what I'm saying, right? Why command line parameter is needed. This these things came in your head now. Key sir, why command line parameter? I'm right.
Right.
Okay. So slowly you will learn, right? And
Mm.
these things are there. So I have written it. This is a command line parameter. Fine. And you have heard about arrays, right? This is an
Yeah,
array
I've
symbol.
heard about them.
This is an array symbol, right? Array symbol. Okay. So these are very much known thing for you because integer, whenever you want to define an integer variable, you have to use int keyword, and all these are variables, right? And this is a boolean variable, right? It stores only true and false. Okay. And this is system.out.print, and in double quotes I have given a command, right? This slash f is a command. This
Mm.
slash f is a command, is a command written in double quotes, written inside and written inside double quote, written inside double quote, right? And it is called escape sequence. It is called escape sequence, right? So it is called escape sequence. Fine. It is called escape sequence. Okay. And it is always preceded with slash. It is always preceded with slash, right?
Mm.
Backslash, backslash, right? So backslash with any character is called escape sequence. Backslash, right? So backslash with any character is called escape sequence, and it has a special meaning for the JVM, right? So backslash F, right? There are a few things which I'll teach you. Backslash F clears the terminal window. And gives fresh gives you a fresh terminal window. Right, and there is another one called /n, right? It sends the print control to next line. Fine. Okay, so these two, and there are many more, but mostly these two are most useful, right? Okay, and this print, there are two commands like system.out.print and system.out.println, right? So there are two commands over here. System.out.print. There's another command called system.out.println, right? So system.out.print will print the output just after previous output. Fine. System.out.println will print the output just after the previous output and after printing the values, it goes to next line. It goes to next line, right? That is a difference. There's another difference is that system.out.print right needs a string value, otherwise it will generate an error. Otherwise it will generate an error. Okay. System.out.println parameter is optional over here. Here parameter is optional. Meter is optional, right? That is why I have not given any parameter over here, right? That is why I am not given any parameter over here, but here I am giving parameters, right? So it is optional. You can give, you cannot give, right? But if I left here vacant system.out.print, then it will produce me an error. So I've not used it, right? This is another difference, right? So whatever I'm writing here, it's very much mechanical. Don't use these sentences in your exam. Use these sentences are mechanical sentences to make you understand, right? So use sentences given by your college teacher or the notes given to you. But these are statements which I'm saying to you, it's very much mechanical to understand the concept. Fine. So you understand the difference between system.out and system.out.println, right?
Yes.
Okay. And there's another concept. Fine. So if I ask you a question, very simple question, is that okay, if, right? We have used here if, right? And you are also most comfortable in if, right? If. And if I ask you, okay, what will be the outcome of this? If. What is the outcome of if? Yeah, Uday.
Yeah.
What is the outcome of if statement?
If what is it meant to be blank? Basically, in any if statement, if you put a value or like your previous example with the digits,
Mm-hmm.
you can have it check if it satisfies the condition, and if it doesn't, then you have to probably put a else statement after
Right, right,
that.
right. Correct. Very much correct. So the outcome of if statement is either it's either answer will be it's either true or false. It's either true or false, right?
Yeah.
Or we can say that, or simply we can say that it is a boolean. It is a boolean value, right? So this is the thing, and here we always write test conditions. Test conditions. Okay. So this is the thing about if, right? So in if we can write test conditions and that conditions will be tested and the result is always true or false. So if the result is true, the if block will follow up, and if the test is false, then if block will be skipped, right? Got my point?
Yeah, I got your point.
Okay. Okay. Now I'll come to very much confusing topic called for loop, right?
Right.
Let me change the color. So confusing topic written in red color. So for loop, the most confusing thing in the programmer's life when they start programming. I'm right. So Uday,
Yeah.
for loop, it's giving you most of the headaches. Yeah, I'm right, right?
Yeah. You are. I've for loops have always thrown me around a bit.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to think about looping, right? So mainly I suggest always when you are a beginner, right, you try to use while loop, not the for loop, right? So after using a while loop for some time, like for say 15 20 days, right, and After using the while loop for 15-20 days, you start using you can understand for loop, right? So that is the situation. But anyhow, I'm explaining you right now so that you have some idea, some basic idea, but you have struggled a lot understanding the loop also, right? So, so generally in college, what they say that for loop is like this for initialization statement, initializations are present over here, right? And then you have uh, test expression, and then you have uh, update statements. And you have update statements. Fine. So, so, so now this is the body of the for loop. Right. So how to read for loop? Which part I will read first? So I read this part first, then I will read this part, then I will read which part?
Mm,
Now, if my test expression is true,
yeah, if
right,
it was true,
then I
then
read which part? This part or this part?
I think it would be the first part.
No, if this condition is true, so I will read this. If I write statement like this for I equal to 1, I is less than equal to 100, and if I've written here I plus plus, and it contains the body also, say it contains a c is equal to c plus 1 system dot out dot print or something, and this, then how to read this? So this is the first part, right? This one is
Right.
the second part, right? I'm numbering it. This one is 2, and what will be the third one?
First, and then the third one would be the loop, which would be
So you are thinking about this, right?
yeah.
So it's wrong actually. You need to change your thought process. So this is one, this one is true, and if this is true, if this is true, then this one is 3, and the system dot out dot this part is 4, right? And then this is the 5 one. This is the last statement to read in the for loop block, right? After reading this 5, the control goes back to this, right?
Okay.
Understood? Understood my
Yeah,
point?
understood.
So if it is true, then it will read the body, right? 3, 4, whatever the statements are there, 5, whatever the statements are there, and then at the end it will reach over here, right? So say there are n number of statements, so this is nth statement, right? This is the nth statement, and after execution of nth statement, it will execute the test expression again, right? And when the test is true again, when the test is true again, it will go back to 3, then 3 to 4, then from 4 to 5, and then 5 to n, right? And see, the loop is formed, right? So this part will execute only once, will execute will execute only once, only once. Fine, Uday?
Yeah, I think I get it now.
Yeah. So I think your technical idea is sound now regarding for loop.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
So this is the initialization. This one is the test expression, and then you are executing your for loop in this way, right? When this test expression is false, and this is false, right? In that scenario, your control will jump out of the loop here, right? When it
Okay.
is when it is false.
False.
Understood?
Yeah.
Right. So this is how the concept of for loop is present in any programming language like C, C++, Java. You can think about Python also. It's the very much same, right? So evenly in JavaScript also, if you see the for loop, it will be written in the same way. C, C++, Java, JavaScript, right? There is other languages like Golang, Julia, right? In all these languages, for loop concept is very much similar, right? It's 100% similar, whatever I taught you. So if you know this concept, you can program in all these languages.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So this is a conception. And this is a very basic conception regarding for loop. For loop had more conceptions also. So I will teach you slowly as time goes by, fine? So that it will be there in your head. If I teach you everything in one day, then it is very difficult for you to grab it up also. Okay. So I'll show you another thing about for loop is that okay, I'm going to convert this program which I've written for you, right? I'm going to convert this program written for you in I've used while loop, right? Over here. So I've written here while loop and I'm going to convert this into for loop. So what I have to do here, okay, if I write here for instead of while, right? I'll get one error, right? So now what is showing that? What error it's showing? Let me check. Not a statement, it's saying that when I will write here semicolon and if I write here semicolon, right? There is no error, fine. And when I'll compile this code, it's compiling fine. And when I'm executing this code, it's working fine also, right? So, so what I'm saying you that, okay, here in this for loop, right? Here in the for loop, where is one note? Sorry. Yeah, here in the for loop, means ki I have written the three parts, right? But there are three parts here, right? Let me change the color also. There are three parts, part one, part two, and part three, right? So what I'm saying that K part N. So part one, part two, and part N, right? All three are optional. So you can write, you cannot write. It depends upon you, right? Then there is a question in your head. So you are saying that key, all three parts are optional. Then if I don't write a test expression, how it will execute, right? It will execute, right? So if you write a statement like this, for semicolon, semicolon, and you have closed the bracket, and then you started the for block, and you are writing statements, right? So by default, for by default, right? In by default, it is true. It is by default it is true in for block. So it will create infinite loop. It will create infinite loop. loop, right? So I'll show you this practically also, the infinite loop, right? So let me write one, right? So I've written this statement and I'm executing this, right? So now you can see the terminal window, it's going on and on and on and on, but there is no compile time error. That means कि by default it is true. So if I need to stop this infinite loop, I have to click this button, right? So this loop is stopped. Fine. So in for loop, right? So in for loop, that all three parts are optional. All three parts are optional, and by default, the condition part is always true. By default, it is always true in for block, right? So it will create infinite loop if you don't write any condition. So that means कि if I want to print your name for 10 times, what I have to do, right? So I'll create a variable here. For example, I create a variable here, say integer of I, right? And I'm writing only here I plus plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm writing here, I'm not initialize the value of I, so I'm writing here I equal to 1. So after this, what I'm doing here, I'm writing here if I is equal to 10, break the loop, right? So break the loop, right? This is not the right way of writing computer program, but anyhow it works. So see, you will find that your name is printed by 10 times and loop stops, right? So I'm not written here. Uh, I'm printing the value of I also here. I plus than this. Okay, control K. So now you see the output. Yeah. So it printed only 10 times, right? So so this is quite interesting thing about for loop, and you can use the for loop in your versatility, and you can play with the for loop, right?
Right.
So you start playing with the for loop in this whole week, right? And then you can comfortable with the coding. Fine. So Uday, I'm going to give you a few problems which you have to do it regularly and update me regularly. Okay.
Okay.
I thought that means you are in a very weak position to understand big programs in Java. So you write small codes, right? Very
Okay.
simple codes first for a week, and then get confidence. First you get the confidence. You are low with the confidence also, so you will get confidence also, and then you can face the problem. You say that, come on problem, I will solve it. So I'm going to give you a few problems. uh, I will paste those problems on your note, right? And
Okay.
I will update you, and you will update me regularly. Say for example, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and you invest time in programming every day, 15 to 20 minutes, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can
Because
do that.
yeah, because I know that you are right now you are hating programming. Start hating programming. No, that's true. Not
Mm,
true.
I mean, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I want to remove that part from your life. So you start loving the code and how your code performs. It's a beautiful way of giving instruction to a machine, and machine is performing its duty, right? So after all, as a human being, we have created this machine. So it's our job to give proper instructions to the machine, right? So these parts are not being taught in the college, basically, the basics properly. They never teach. No.
Mm,
So even in my college also, they never taught me these things. These things I've learned it from my teacher. Okay, my teaching assistant in my college, I've learned it from him. Everything, whatever I'm giving it to you, the whole credit goes to him. So, so I hope I'm able to make you understand what is programming. Fine.
yeah, that sounds nice.
Okay. Okay. So, so this much is the class for today. Fine. You will get a video. If you want, you can download the video. Fine.